Ron Harris here for MuscularDevelopment.com. Coverage of the 2022 New York Pro, brought to you by High Tech Pharmaceuticals. Standing here with Jose Raymond, the Boston Mass. We just wrapped up judging B, which had, of course, open men's bodybuilding and several other divisions. But we're going to get right into men's open bodybuilding. Boogeyman all day.
Yes.
I think he just dominated this lineup today. But we had some surprises. But first of all, Blessing, I think he looked pretty much the same as last week. Do you think he looked the same, better, worse?
I wasn't there. I think he looked fantastic.
Yeah.
I think he was getting slightly pushed in the literal sense too by Presti. They were getting in a little elbow match and then faced each other, and it was kind of like that reminiscent of Kai Green and Phil Heath there.
Correct. Luckily nobody had a long ponytail.
Yeah.
But Andrea Presti from Italy, he impressed me so much today.
Oh man!
I saw him at the Olympia, but he didn't get much of a look at the Olympia because it's the Olympia and he was up against those guys. But today he got a really good look, got to stand next to Blessing. He's so wide. He's as wide, if not wider than Blessing.
Yeah.
Big dude, small waist, great shape, great condition.
Sharp.
I have him in a solid second place.
Easy. Yes. I think his legs were good enough. And, at the Olympia, his legs might look down. That's why he didn't stand out. Today, nobody blew him away. So he really stood out with the conditioning and the width and muscle maturity. Great tight midsection.
I'm glad he did a show in the U.S. so people could get a look at him, because over in Europe, they all know how good he is. Now people are going to find out. Third and fourth, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. Max Charles looked pretty good, like he always does, but I was also really impressed with this guy from France, Theo Legarier. Let me try it again, Legarier. But man, that's, Giles, we got to say what's up, Giles, get well. But Giles has been hyping up this guy for a while because he's seen him compete several times. Great flow to his physique, really balanced, bigger dude than I thought he was. Yeah, Theo, this is your first time seeing him. What'd you think?
He's a big, tall, 250 plus pound guy. Good looking, young. The girls next to me really liked him. That doesn't hurt, man. That stuff helps. He's wide. He's got everything. He could be a little sharper, but he was in decent condition. And I think he's third. I think he's third over Max Charles, over Justin. He just had a better package today.
I hope he puts on a coat of tan on. I don't think he was dark enough. Sure, it's not going to matter a whole lot. Speaking of Justin Rodriguez, people were speculating, was it water? Was it something with he missed up his peak last weekend? I said, no, I don't think
needs a break.
So. He just needs to step back, get away from training and dieting for a couple weeks, let his body just completely rest up and heal. He still has the capability of being so good, but this was not his day.
He's been going a year straight.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, he did this show last year.
Yeah, he did the Indy, he did this.
Tampa?
Did he do Tampa? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's been going nonstop. He needs a break.
Boston, yeah.
And this just shows. His body fell apart on him. He was, for lack of better terms, he was a mess. He was sweating and soft and soggy and flat and too full and too flat. And any word you can come up with to describe off, he was that. And he's awesome. He can come back after a break and beat every one of these guys.
So the guy that might beat him, you had him beating him, this young kid from Germany.
Yes.
We're not sure where he is originally from, but Germany. Emir Omaraja.
From Montenegro.
What's that?
It's over there.
Is that a country?
Yes.
It's
a province, an area.
I thought that was a
place.
City in the U.S. No, Montenegro. Anyway,
yes.
Kid looked great. Always brings condition.
Yes.
I think Rodriguez was bigger than him, but this kid killed him on condition. I'm curious to see what's going to happen. The way the call-outs are going, it looks like Justin's going to beat him. But, blessing all day, guys. I think he's got it wrapped up here. Women's bodybuilding looked like a two-way battle between Stephanie Flesher from Indiana, who was runner-up last week in Indy, and Donna Salib, who was, I got to give her credit, because last week in Indy, her lower body was mushy, very, very mushy, and she sharpened it up quite a bit. So she's in the battle for this. I'm not sure which way it's going to go, because I remember Donna had better legs, it's just two different types of physiques.
Stephanie had almost a prettier women's physique look, and maybe tighter skin. And Donna had more of the grainy, harder look. She had striated glutes,
a lot of vascularity.
Yeah. So for bodybuilding, and from what I think, they were leaning towards her, but it could go either way. It didn't really matter.
Should we do bikini? Was there another division first? Yeah, figure. I'm sorry.
Figure. Oh goodness.
So the first, I just know the call out. I'm not familiar with them, but it looks like it's going to come down to two women. I've never heard of it before today, and I'm sorry about that, guys. Mexico's Josie Natalie Alarcón Becerra. Have you ever heard of her, Hector? Okay, you seen her compete before? You know, he knew Hector, the guy. He knew how great she was.
Hector's Mexican.
Yeah, there you go.
He knows.
It's either her or it's number 91 from Czech Republic, Teresa Linhartova. They both look fantastic. And, I don't know what's going to happen there.
Teresa was a little drier in the hamstrings, a little drier in the glutes. The other one, which name was that?
Josie Natalie Alarcón.
Oh, that was her. She was beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, when you just first glance, I would pick her, the Mexican. Beautiful, beautiful girl. A little softer in the glutes. That's the only spot you can pick apart.
Last but certainly not least, bikini. The bikini lineup today was ridiculous. It was like an Olympia lineup. It was, I think it was the biggest class in the show. Yeah, it went from number 103 to 125. Any of you guys are good at math, you can do that and figure out how many there were. But we had
A lot.
we had Laura Lee Chapados in the top four call out. Janet Leag, who won the Olympia a couple years ago. India Paulino. Lisa Piccini from Brazil, another Olympia champion. I think they really love Laura Lee's look. I think she's like the poster girl for bikini now, but I wouldn't be too shocked if one of these other ones took it, especially Elisa or Janet.
Yeah, the way it was finished off, the way they ended prejudging, which usually tells you a lot. They had Laura Lee in the middle with Isa on that side, and then India on the other side of Isa, and Janet on the other side of Laura Lee. That was your top four, with Erin Stern likely in fifth.
Yeah, and Erin another 2 or 3 time figure champ, I think.
Yeah, she's unbelievable, beautiful.
Man, so that was probably the most star-studded lineup out of any division in the show today was bikini. But, that wraps it up, guys. They're going to be back in an hour and a half for finals of the A group that we did before, which was women's physique, men's physique, 212, classic physique, and wellness. Wow, I can't believe I was able to remember all that. So that's coming up in just 90 minutes. Keep it right here on musculardevelopment.com. On the website, we got a play-by-play thread going. Tons of pictures I uploaded on there. We have high-resolution images in the contest gallery by this guy, Hector. We got all kinds of stuff going on. So keep it right here. Coverage brought to you by High Tech Pharmaceuticals. Stay right here with MD.